Good thing I always have an extra. Last one. What are you doing? Oh, God, no!
Hello, Fearless Gamers, and welcome to another episode of Touching Base here on Fearless Games. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while. How's it going?
Not bad. How about you?
Not bad. Played my first game of 7th recently.
I'm so sorry.
And I enjoyed it a lot.
It's good.
I think it's, I can understand why the traditional tournament players don't like a lot of it, but I'm not a tournament player, so I enjoy it. I actually beat a guy for the first time because the game wasn't tailored in such a way where if you're not super good, you lose.
Well, that's
Cool.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to all play it at some point, seeing that we're a wargaming channel.
Yeah,
And maybe talk about it.
We're gonna have to play it. We're gonna have to
Still
play
gotta
some more
finish.
of it.
Still gotta finish them Blood Angels.
Yeah,
They just got FAQ'd.
I'm so
Everyone got FAQ.
Yeah, the Sanguinary Guard got some new stuff. They made Dante's axe officially an axe, so it's a power axe, so it's unwieldy.
That's been that way for a while.
Oh, I didn't.
It wasn't-
That's been that way for like a year.
Oh.
Yeah.
They now changed it
Kinda
to it's a
doesn't
power
it have,
axe with Mastercraft.
Doesn't he have like
So
Initiative
it's never
Ridiculous,
finished.
and that's like ruined now?
What?
Doesn't he have like an Initiative Ridiculous, and isn't that like ruined now?
No, he's still at regular initiative.
Yeah, but like since it's unwieldy with the Initiative more.
He's got other weapons.
It's not the same.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But no, a lot of people, some of the FAQs were good. Some dudes got boosted because for some reason they got rid of a couple of the things they changed before.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, the Dark Angels in a previous FAQ, it said their power generator couldn't work if the dude was in a transport. It only affected some. They couldn't affect anything because he was inside a transport.
Right.
Okay.
They got rid of that FAQ, so now it works again outside of when he's in a transport outside of the transport.
That's broken. Nerf it.
Mm-hmm.
GW, nerf it.
Nerf. Get the nerf bad out.
And most of the big things now is now everyone can summon demons.
I don't want to summon demons.
Yeah,
Well, then you don't have to.
summon demons
Wait,
either.
everyone?
Pretty much anyone with a psychic ability
Okay,
has demon.
So no Black Templars.
No.
Black Templars can't summon demons because, well, that would be silly.
Or Sisters or Tau, and since I only play those, I don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
Wait, what about Grey Knights?
Grey Knights can.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, every army that has the psychic capability, unless one or two didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, has the demonology capability.
GW, fix this.
Don't fix it. Don't
Uh,
fix it.
The moment somebody comes to the table with Grey Knights and some demons,
Heresy.
I might be arrested for assault. Like, I'm gonna punch that guy.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, what it is, if I'm not
is-
mistaken, is like they've just made the psychic power chart more dynamic, and if you mess up your psychic power, you can summon demons.
No,
Right?
no. Demonology is it's a psychic list. You have to pick from it. You roll to see if you get it. If you pick all 3 from the same psychic chart, you get the Primaris power for free. If you're Chaos, you get the Primaris power for free of the mark of the god you're working for. And yeah, so people can literally just summon roughly, if they're really good at their dice rolling and you're bad at your denying the witch, around 500 points of demons a turn.
Okay, I'm going to the store after this buy this book to
Get some demons.
no, so I can see what this shenanigans are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds kind of busted.
Yeah. Well, it really all depends on...
Because I don't.
Grey Knights are the only ones roughly that can really do it because they're the ones that have where everything on the board is a psyker.
Okay.
Which makes even less sense.
Because
Yeah.
Grey Knight should not be summoning things.
Yeah.
This was that are demon. I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I kind of like it and kind of hate it.
Uh,
I really just don't like it because I don't like painting demons.
the psychic...
How about you?
I've never painted demon, but I
It's
don't
like
like
painting
painting
chaos.
chaos. I really like. I
Yeah, you
have
had-
one chaos
Yes.
model, and I hate. I've been taking forever to paint it, because it's just all spikes, and it's ruined a couple of brushes, and I just.
It's I don't see myself doing it because I don't think Thousand Suns would actually go into demon summoning since I'd never seen them actually do it. So and the Eldar, I don't know why they would be summoning demons. So
Well, they have
Profit.
a demon. They have their big demon.
that's a warp entity. It just happens the Imperium classifies it as a demon.
Because
Well,
warp entities are demons.
Nope, it's a
Yes.
god.
No, demon.
God.
Avatar's a demon.
No, it's not.
It's just a good
You
demon.
heard it here first.
It's a good demon.
No such thing.
It's actually really ballin'. Like in the game, it's pretty broken.
No, side what? Warp entities are demons. Demons are warp entities. It's the same
No.
thing. The Avatar's a demon.
He's a god. He's
Demon.
different.
No. In the rules, he's a demon too.
In the rules, he has the demon special rule.
Therefore,
But
he's a demon.
Well, that makes him a demon right
No.
there.
Demon.
Bam.
no, that doesn't make him a
Bam.
demon.
Demon.
Semantics.
Jesus, take the wheel.
You know, that's just it's you could say he's like a rip-off demon because he's not really a
Well,
demon.
no, if he's got the demon special rule, he's a demon.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah,
There are a lot of things that
necessarily.
have the demon special rule that technically aren't demons.
What are they?
The Forge Fiends, they have the demon special
Then
rule.
that's a demon.
They're
No.
demon-imbued warp devices, aren't they?
No.
That's just,
they're
that's just
machines
like
that
that's just
are-
a demon piloting a machine. That's all.
Yeah, it's
like
a demon.
It's the same thing as being
No.
a demon.
It's totally being a demon.
Totally different.
We're saying demon.
What do you
Yeah.
think, fearless gamers? If it's got the demon special rule, is it a demon? Let us know.
These guys just want to say the word demon over and over again.
Well, I'm really enjoying saying the word demon right now.
Or
Demon,
actually,
demon,
it's
demon,
technically,
demon, demon.
it's spelled daemons.
We know.
It's still pronounced demon.
Um,
British
Still-
people are just weird.
they have a better way of spelling things.
They have bad teeth.
And bad teeth. That's a stereotype, sir.
No, it's so they don't get sued for demon worship. I don't know.
No.
I'm just
It's got
making.
literally
No,
nothing to do with it.
I'm just making crap up. You guys know
Yeah,
how
crap.
Yeah, making crap up like the Avatar is not a
No,
demon.
he's a god.
Oh!
He's a god. He's totally different.
If you're from the warp,
He's
you're
not
a
direct.
demon. Warp entities are
He's not.
demons.
Oh, actually,
He's a demon.
they don't
He
really
is a
say he's
being
from the
constructed from the subconscious of the Eldar race. Inside the warp, he is a demon.
warp. He's not created in the warp.
He's a warpy demon.
No, he's a statue that an Exarch gets into and gets turned into the Avatar.
Sounds pretty demonic to me.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with demon. Anyway, so let's get off this topic.
Right, what other news
What-
topics do we have?
In a week, I believe it's roughly in a week from the filming of this video, the Wave 4 X-Wing ships will be out. The
Which
new
means by the time this video comes out, the Wave 4...
should be out. Which, it's really cool is the Empire now has something that is just as nasty, if not nastier than the Rebels now.
Cool.
They have one ship. It has an average of 4 dice, which is very rare. Usually, you only get 4 dice if you're super close to your dude.
Mhm.
So when he's super close, he rolls 5 dice. And with the new special cloak thing, he's got 4 agility, which is unheard of.
What is this special dude?
The Phantom.
What does it look like?
It's the one from Rebel Assault 2.
I'm gonna play Rebel Assault too.
It's a little TIE fighter and has 3 wings that shoot off, kind of like a
Sounds
dart.
Kind of like the
Kinda looks
TIE
cool.
Defender.
No, the TIE Defender has 3 TIE Interceptor foils on it.
Yeah.
This one has literally take the TIE Interceptor foil, cut it in half, so it's just one triangle, snap it on the sides and one on the top.
Sounds dumb.
So it looks like a dart. It's actually pretty cool.
I'm sure it's cool.
And when it cloaks, it can teleport. It's kind of
So-
cool.
X-Wing.
Any other
Play
new-
that game.
Yes. Any other news? Mario Kart 8 is out. I hear it's pretty good.
We've heard
to 8.
Yeah.
We've heard some new things about Hyrule Warriors.
Yes.
Supposedly it's gonna be coming out like this year.
Yep. A lot of this stuff they're announcing now is coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
They announced that it's going to have Ocarina of Time-ish or the Zelda series-ish voice acting, so it's going to be a lot of hit. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
That's no.
You don't want a lot of speaking when you're slashing.
They
I
showed us
understand
what Impa looks like.
And the 2 villains.
Right. It looks like it's gonna be solid.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
excited
for
for
that.
it.
that. I don't think you can do a bad, like,
The only
Dynasty
thing,
Warrior style.
the only thing that bothers me is that the multiplayer option is like it's a 2-player thing. One player plays on the TV screen and one player plays on the gamepad screen.
That's a little weird.
That bothers me because like the gamepad screen is so small.
Though I have played a game.
It's so small.
Though I have played
It's tiny.
I have played a game like that, and I haven't had any issues with the screen being smaller for me.
Okay, well, then you can have that one.
Yep, that's fine.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty hyped about that. Trying to think of Pokemon Omega Red and Alpha Ruby, or it's wait, that's not the names of it. It's like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire or something
like that.
That got announced.
Yep.
Gen 3 confirmed. Hoenn confirmed.
E3's on the way, and everyone's looking for stuff to get goings with that. So.
Who's hoping for Half-Life 3 to finally get announced?
It's never gonna happen.
Don't say that. It's gonna happen.
I still have to play the other two, so I can't make a vote yet.
What else is there? Wargaming wise, there's really no major news.
You what?
I still have to play the other two.
You what?
You heard me.
Wow, it worked.
Horribly.
No effect.
It was ineffective.
What's wrong with you? Go play. Go right now and play them.
You should.
I'm almost up to them. I just have to beat 2 more games and then I get to them.
What games?
The BioShock games. I have to beat 2 and 3.
Skip 2.
Yeah.
I just did 2 with Harvesting the Little Sisters, and I'm replaying it while I'm liberating them.
Wow, way to spoil the game for everyone.
Just play Infinite and then get to Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
But
This guy doesn't play any video games.
No.
It's too busy wargaming. How'd that tournament go?
Oh, I lost horribly. And we had a win at all cost player trying to stack the odds in his favor so he could win 2 ships.
It happened.
But
overall, what would you say your experience with the X-Wing tournament scene?
Quick. Very quick. You sit there and I was like we were playing a game and I was like, holy crap, we're almost out of time. Because it's only like 80-minute rounds.
Okay.
And so it moves quite along pretty quickly. We started at 12, we were done by 4.
Interesting.
And that was 4 rounds.
Here's something I'm wondering. Can you have Rebel versus Rebel?
Yes.
Okay, good, because otherwise it'd be really hard to get a balanced tournament, right?
The way that it works though is like in this particular campaign, in the end it had to be a Rebel versus Imperial. Like if it was top Imperial, one Imperial had to switch to Rebel.
Really?
Because he had to use Rebel ships in the final round.
But they provide the Rebel ships.
They provide the
That's
2
so
Rebel
good.
ships, but you had to play with the 2 new Rebel ships, so they had to switch.
That's kind of interesting.
But that's only for that tournament. Most of the time, regular tournaments, it can be Rebel versus Rebel, Imperial versus Imperial. I played mostly. I only played 1 Rebel army in the 3 rounds that I played.
Mm. And you were playing Imperial?
Yep, and I was playing Imperial because
Were you-
everyone played Imperial, and only 2 people played Rebel, which is ironic. I picked Imperial because the last tournament everyone was playing Rebel.
You clearly don't have the same idea, but frankly, Imperial is the base.
They are awesome. Swarm tactics.
Just
You gotta
get
learn
the
it.
Imperial aces and get lots of interceptors. Interceptors are based.
It's only issue with tournament-wise with them, hard to get a lot of ships. You can only get like 4 with interceptors, and it's hard to play Imperial with just 4 ships.
Play with interceptors. Why would you play with anything else?
Because you can play with B-Wings.
No. I mean, I love B-Wings, but interceptors. Every day, all day.
So, any other news, fun things? Nothing really, I don't think.
Not that I can think of.
Keep looking at Guild Ball, people. I mean, the Kickstarter happened a while ago. They're still putting stuff up on their website. It all looks cool.
Mm.
Their pre-order stuff will probably be up by the time this video is out for people that want to order stuff that didn't get in on the Kickstarter. The models all look cool, and all the rules are up, and the PDFs for like little things so you can start playing now. I highly recommend it.
And so, do we have a topic that we wish to discuss today?
Yes.
We do.
Yes. What is it?
What is it?
My ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling. You ever heard that song?
Yes.
I'm leaving now.
I've heard that song.
I think we're done
Anywhere.
here.
You're not going anywhere.
So-
You're my
I'm
best
stuck
friend.
here. He is my best friend in real life, and I'm horrified by it every day.
His poor existence.
So,
Yeah.
Staying like this, by the way.
I figured.
The topic of discussion, as you may read from the title, is about piracy and bootlegging in wargaming.
Mm-hmm. Or counterfeiting, if you want to call it.
Yes.
I gotta say, I love the word bootlegging.
Mm.
It's like one of my favorite words.
I
Well,
do
you
enjoy
should.
it better than counterfeiting.
You should like bootlegging. We are from New York, specifically Long Island, where bootlegging was a serious thing in
Yeah.
the 1920s. That's really all my town was known for, from where
Really?
I'm from. Yep.
You criminal.
There's names, there's not names, there's names named after, there's roads named after famous bootleggers in my town. It's crazy.
That's actually really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Start
cool.
calling you-
I enjoy
call
that.
you the Onion Knight.
So,
I wish I'd known. I wish I'd had more time before we did this topic. I would absolutely be dressed as a pirate.
Wow.
so,
But we... Never mind. Not even gonna
so,
No. Well, tell me later then.
Yeah.
so, thoughts, ideas on the concept of
Well, first
bootlegging
let's
and
start
piracy.
with whether or
this.
not bootlegging, what we mean by that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. What
Okay, well,
define the
here,
term?
let's go. We'll use a perfect example as GW. You can go online
Mhm.
and find a lot of Russian and Chinese websites that sell models. And at first you're like, holy crap, they're super cheap. Like I found one where a Phantom Titan with arms was $200. That's ridiculous because the thing is like 600 with arms.
Okay.
You go, you buy them, and you find out they're actually made of a different. Their plastic models are made out of resin, and the resin models are made out of a different kind of resin. And you kind of discover that these dudes are actually buying this stuff, then making their own molds, and then selling it at a cheaper price. So that's what we're confirming about bootlegging and piracy, making models that are from another company and selling them.
Right.
in a
It's
sense.
quite literally bootlegging.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm torn because the part of me that kind of believes in the concept of laws exist for a reason
Mm.
is sitting here going like, guys, what are you doing? Like,
Stop it.
it's very much a direct violation of GW's rights or
Yeah.
any other company's rights. As someone who, kind of believes in the concept of companies being given the opportunity to make their own way.
Mm.
So something like that does kind of go against that.
Yeah.
But from a consumer standpoint,
Those prices are nice.
the prices are super nice.
Mhm.
I'd prefer resin.
Mm.
So it's like, if you want to give me the opportunity to get a model that's not normally available in resin, that's also tempting. So I'm not really entirely sure where I stand on the matter.
Mm.
Because it's like, I see the issue from two different
Aspects.
kind of
Right,
points
yeah.
of view, and I'm not sure how to. I mean, I've never bought a bootleg model,
Mm.
because I also believe in supporting local game stores,
Yeah.
and they don't sell bootleg models.
Well, no, continue.
Are you aware of a local store that sells bootleg?
Not quite.
Tell me later.
Yeah.
Incidentally, on this episode of Touching Base, we will not be selling out anyone very specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's
Unless
not
one
huge.
of us happens to be doing it.
Hi.
The man from a town of bootleggers.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, so that's kind of.
Well, moving on with that. First off, just copying models. I think we talked about this before, probably at some point. Just copying models because you want to copy them for your own personal use. I don't think that is
Yeah, that's a
immoral
different
or
story.
illegal.
That's a different
different
topic.
Yeah,
story.
like
yeah.
because sometimes
Well-
you just want 30 pairs of the same arms, and you only get one in a box. It's not cost effective.
Right.
And then,
it's
you know-
really over expensive.
And then you're buying stuff that it's wasteful in a sense because then you have parts you're not
Mhm.
using.
Right.
But then you also have people that make bit stores. Bit stores are interesting when they resell bits, and I'm slowly building up to counterfeiting. I know.
Yeah, that's
Where
fine.
that's still
It's fine.
okay, where they chop up the bits because they know they can resell the parts that they have, and that's not really wrong. I mean, it's like second-hand buying, which is okay.
And
Right.
according to GW, you're only not allowed to do it if you have a license with them. If you get
Okay.
so essentially GW's policy is if let's say you're a store
Mhm.
and you're a store,
Right.
you buy all of your GW products from Matt, but Matt buys all of his products directly from me.
And you're GW.
Yes. He cannot bit sell.
But I can.
But you can because
Best day
you
ever.
didn't buy directly from me. If I find out he's bit selling, I can cut him off from my supply, and then he has to find a new supplier.
And then you're screwed.
And then I have to find a new supplier.
Yes.
So we'll just make some deals on the table. We already did, right?
So that's essentially, if I read the policy correctly, that's how it works. If you have a licensed account with GW, you cannot bit sell. But if you just happen to have GW models but you don't get them directly, they won't stop you because they can't.
Yeah. Interesting. But so taking models and then counterfeiting them or bootlegging them to sell to other people at a discount, it gets complicated because I am broke a lot of the time. We all are sometimes. And it's really tempting, especially with the more expensive models, just to get something cheaper.
Yeah.
But it is, I know you say it's unfair to a company because, you know, GW is a big company.
I hate to use GW as the example.
Yeah, no, but
they're
like,
rolling.
think of it like the smaller companies, like,
Right.
like Corvus Belli or Privateer Press, which I know is the second biggest, but it's
Yeah.
also like this compared to GW.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's still growing.
It's still, you know.
It's only in Mark II, so it's still young.
But you know, it's technically illegal and unfair, but at the same time, if you're really tight on cash, you can understand doing it. What I think could be an interesting gray area is not directly bootlegging, but if you hire someone to make copies of something for you, so you're paying for the service of them counterfeiting your models. Is that wrong?
It's no. At that point, it's the same thing as doing it yourself.
Yeah.
That I mean, in a court of law, you'd be screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, like in a court of law, you'd be screwed. Like that. A lot of people be like, well, that doesn't matter for morality, but in my opinion, if you have a moral quandary with bootlegging, and you think you can get around it through paying someone to bootleg for you, you don't really have a moral quandary about bootlegging.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of the same thing.
Okay.
It's just like it's like an orange versus a blood orange. They're both
Yeah.
oranges, just one's a different color.
Yeah.
One tastes better than the other.
I was gonna get to the. I was trying to avoid that because
I know.
blood oranges are super delicious, but
But the point still stands.
What?
An orange is an orange.
we're gonna fight.
We are
We're gonna have a fight after this.
We'll record
I'm gonna
it, too.
Force a blood orange down your throat.
We will record it too.
Anyways, thoughts, opinions.
In my personal opinion, like you guys, I kind of feel like if it's like I was about like when I found this one site, I was ready to buy. Then I found it was bootlegged. Then I was like, oh, then I don't want anything with this.
Okay.
I'm big on supporting companies that make the models, because also on the forefront, if I'm buying a counterfeit, that means the other company's not making money. And what does they usually do with that? They usually jack up the price.
Right. Ultimately,
Long-term
it hurts
goals.
you in the long
Yep.
run.
It either jack up your prices or it could cause a company, if it's a smaller one, to go out of
collapse.
business eventually.
Right.
And then you get no cool models for that
Yes.
game anymore.
One thing though is there's been one time, I'd say there's one time I was almost about to buy something because the game doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
so
in that
the
case,
only
you're
way,
fine.
yeah,
Mhm.
the only way
That's
the
a
only
different
time,
story.
yeah. Well, it's not. It's one of these just more of I'm just too lazy and have no money.
Oh well, yeah.
But there's one model I found that I know is a bootleg from a game, but I know the game no longer exists, so it's the only way to buy.
Right. So if
I-
anyone would like to make more of these sometime, that would be great.
Like, I'm also in the same front as, like, they make kits now to resin cast.
Right.
Because, in a sense, it is perfectly fine to resin cast a model for personal use.
Now, when you say they, do you
Like
mean-
Smooth On,
Okay.
Aluminite, they make all these
Right.
different kits designed for casting models and molds and bits and and they even
Right,
say this
right.
is in case if you need another one, if you need to repair a part.
Right.
Or if you want to do something different with it.
Like
If you,
a good example is if you had a war game and the dude had a gun, and you custom made one of the guns, you're gonna want to resin cast that so everyone has the
Right,
same gun
right.
instead of trying to think of how you did it, have to buy 50 different
Right,
kits to get all
right,
the parts.
Yeah, because I personally
That makes
experienced,
sense.
I've scratch built a cool device for one of my models once, and it used parts from 4 different kits. And it's like, well, I would love to make more of these, but
But it's
that,
not cost effective.
that would cost me
Yeah.
like
Not
way too
time
much money.
effective.
Yeah.
But
In those cases, however, I don't think they should even really be part of the discussion. If you scratch built a gun, you're neither bootlegging nor
Yeah.
counterfeiting.
Yeah, and that's
nor-
what-
you're just casting
Yeah.
something you did.
Mhm.
I think the issue is more with like
products you could just go out and buy.
Right, let's
buying
say
a
the
completely-
sanguinary guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I have the sanguinary guard, and I want them to have the very specific gun. Excuse me. But I think only 2 come in a box.
Something
and
like
I
that.
have so many sanguinary guard to do. If I were to cast that one gun, you know, does that count as bootlegging? Does that count as counterfeit? Like that's I think the point where you need to decide where you draw that line. I personally don't have a problem with that.
On that front, I have no problem because you're replicating a piece you need, and you're
I
not
paid
making a
for it.
profit for it.
Right, exactly. I'm not selling it.
You know.
I paid for the box, and frankly, I think it's kind of nonsense that Games Workshop will put a box of a certain model out with only enough of a certain type of war gear that you can give to the whole squad for a couple of dudes.
Yep.
Like if you by the rules you can give the whole squad that thing, you should be able to give the whole squad that thing.
Or a good example is specialty weapon and tactical troops. Usually most boxes only come with 1 plasma gun, but if
Right.
there's 10 dudes, then you can have 2 plasma guns.
Right.
And none of them really come with plasma pistols. You have to buy the special super dudes to get a plasma pistol,
Right.
but the whole dudes can get them.
Or take them out of the card box.
Yeah.
Now, what I think would be a smart thing for Games Workshop, Privateer Press, Chorus Belli, whoever. I'm a pumpkin.
I am too. We came from the same patch.
That explains why you're both mad.
So what I think would be smart for Games Workshop, Corvus Belli, Privateer Press to do would be to produce their own kits for replicating stuff. Like the resin casting kits you were saying, Smooth On and other companies. Like, if Games Workshop put something like that out, that would sell. I guarantee you that would sell. I'd probably buy one, and I know it would be overpriced.
And, oh yeah, it's gonna be...
Because I don't know where to get the Smooth On one. I don't know where to get the resin casting kits elsewhere, but odds are Grasshopper would carry it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea for some companies to consider. I mean, maybe it is a bad idea in their
the thing is what you do is you call it a bit making kit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. They wouldn't need to change anything about the boxes that they make.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You would still need to buy the box to get the bits to make.
Right. Now,
and then when you finally get a pressure cooker that says GW on the side.
There you go.
Win.
Now, I think the only reason they would have a problem with doing that is, like, very clearly the reason they put 2 instead of 5 in the box is because they're trying to force you to buy 2 extra boxes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that would ruin their bottom line so hard for them to have, like, still have 2 in the box or even 1 in the box. Save money. Put 1 of each bit in the box.
Yeah.
Force your consumers to either buy extra boxes or buy the resin casting kit. Now, yeah, there are other resin casting kits, but I think enough of their clientele will buy the Games Workshop resin casting kit, especially if they spin it hard enough of like, this is specialized for our stuff.
It's not even just that. Also, like, I know GW doesn't do it anymore, but if they ran tournaments, then they can throw in the bit, it has to be made with GW resin.
Yeah, it'd be hard to prove.
It'd be hard to prove,
really hard.
yeah.
That would be
But I'm just
pretty much
saying,
impossible to prove.
Well, no, it's very easy to prove, but it would damage the model if you do a quick little scrape.
Right, and nobody would go for that.
Yeah, no.
The only other way you could do it is if maybe Games Workshop resin has a specific weight to it or something. Or maybe it's slightly radioactive in the Geiger counter. That would actually be pretty cool.
That'd be terrible.
It would be dangerous.
It'd be horrible.
It would be awesome.
It would be awesome.
It would be, because then when you put a Geiger counter to your models, they'd go off.
And then also people on the internet would be able to actually say, Games Workshop literally gives you cancer. And be right.
It's true. Then you'd never be able to sell anything Games Workshop in California again.
Yeah.
It might not be a bad thing. It's probably bad.
But I don't know. I feel like that sort of product would be.
I think that would
a
sell.
cool thing.
It would be
for a company to do.
It'd be an interesting path for a company to take.
It'd be a major power play too.
It would be a major power play, and the company could put it like directions in there, like this is how you do it, and actually teach people how that part of the the hobby.
Yep.
And then they would also maybe sell their own brand of resin, which is something that you're going to have to continuously buy.
Resin is expensive. It's at least no cheaper than like $30 from what I've checked out. Like it's pricey.
You know how much it costs.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel like selling, like if they sold their own kits and put on the box like, works best with Games Workshop brand resin, whether or not that's even true. Well, selling the resin constantly, selling the products you would need each time you do it would offset the cost of would offset the money lost by having to buy extra.
And what you do is you do like the beginner kits, where the beginner kits can only do like 1 or 2 models.
Right,
so,
the tiny ones.
Yeah, you get little tiny ones, so then they have to keep coming back.
Right, if you want to get like more,
then you sell like the tank kit.
Right, or they have to buy multiple little,
Yeah.
Come on. Games Workshop, Privateer Press, somebody.
Research it. At least research it.
You know it's a good idea to at least look into.
And plus you get rid of the bootleggers.
Well, maybe not. I mean, it'd be interesting to research just because it gives another alternative and another hobby outlet for people. It might hurt their bottom line because you still have to figure out how much of the physical models you need to sell the originals versus that.
I don't know if it would harm their bottom line.
It could. They'd have to research that.
Well, I think part of that would be offset by, it might not get rid of the bootleggers, but it would significantly reduce the amount of business bootleggers do.
Because then anyone can do it.
Right.
And every local shop would have one guy that could do that for you.
Right.
And then you have a small comedy.
So I think that would offset some of their losses. Maybe not a lot of it, but who knows? It might set off a ton of it.
Yeah.
Look into it. Pay one dude to research it for a week.
Just one guy for a week.
Send that. Well, it shouldn't take a dude more than a week to research whether or not it makes sense.
Well, you have to really do the financials on it.
Yeah, it should take about a week.
We have no idea how long this would really take.
Send a guy over to us. We'll sit him down, bring his files or whatever, and we'll go over the files, and by that I mean we're going to slowly push the files away and just constantly harangue him into doing it.
There might be knives involved. I mean,
no assault. No. Well, okay, maybe some assault, not physical assault. Well,
verbal,
just mental.
Emotional.
Okay.
And other.
We could do that.
Other types of assault I can't talk about in a family program.
That's not inappropriate.
It is.
No.
We'll deny him his tea. The whole time.
And crumpets.
No tea. Maybe a crumpet now and again. He's got to survive.
Yeah. Oh, no, dry mouth. Exactly. He doesn't have the tea. Just has the crumpets.
It's crumpets are just wrong without tea.
We'll make him. We'll make him watch all sorts of American movies
that aren't
mostly the bad ones.
And the whole time we'll be clapping.
Like American Ninja.
Ooh. You're cruel.
I love that movie.
But no, seriously, send the guy to Fearless Games, care of Games Workshop, and we will talk him into doing this because it's what I want.
But so, I guess on the ground level with it we don't agree with it on a business standpoint, but we agree with it as a personal use.
Personal use, and I understand someone if you really want to do something and you just don't have the money for it. I can understand going that route sometimes.
I can understand it from a consumer standpoint, but I don't necessarily agree with it.
Yes.
I can understand something without agreeing with it.
Yeah.
Not even because, sort of to modify what I was saying before, not even because it harms Games Workshop. Games Workshop is like the troll in the dungeon. It takes a very specific set of circumstances to harm it significantly.
Yeah.
It's more the orcs guarding the troll room. That is to say, the local game stores. That's who I think it harms more.
Yeah.
And that's where I take issue with it. It's like, go to your game store. Support the guys who are trying to make a living.
It's not
selling you games. Because those are the cool guys. I guarantee you, if you go to your game store, you talk to the people who work there and who run the place, they're gonna be cool. 9 times out of 10.
There's always that one guy.
Right. But the dudes who work at Grasshopper, super cool.
They're awesome.
Very nice, very helpful. Never ever had a problem in that store.
If you live on the island, check them out.
Very much so. There's also a store, Legendary Realms, out in, where is that? Manhasset? I think Manhasset.
That was Plain Edge.
Plainview?
Plainview?
I think it's Plainview.
The other way.
Right.
Yes, Plainview.
They're really cool. They have if you put your name in their system, you get discounts every now and again. They're super cool.
They used to be Blood Raven, from my understanding.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I never made it.
In any
case,
they're
always closed on Sundays.
It's especially, I guess, because I start talking to these people and I learn that they're human beings. That's why I have a problem with it. I'm not just hurting the store. I'm hurting the dudes who rely
Work
on
on
the
the
store.
store.
So that's why I take an issue with it, as far as like buying from bootleggers. Doing your own personal bootlegging for yourself.
Have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go for it. It's an interesting part of the hobby. You can get into other weird stuff with that too. If you learn how to cast,
Right. And to
you
do
can
that,
get into
you're
doing sculpture and be a modern artist.
Right.
Don't do that.
And to do that, you're going to be supporting a completely different kind of store that I support, which is most art supply stores.
Yes. So, yeah.
Did you hear Pearl Paint's finally gone?
Gone.
Gone.
Wow.
Yeah, like no more Pearl Paint. Like there was one left and it was in the city and it's gone.
Ah, that's a shame because they were a good place for
Buy
my
my
products.
pencils from
Thankfully, there's a Blick by my house and it's
Yeah.
super
Yeah,
good.
Blick is.
Looks pretty good.
But
I like
Pearl
Blick.
Paint. It hurts.
That hurts. That hurts
Yes,
a lot.
I agree. The girls in the other room are doing.
Sad phases.
Yes.
They're all.
They're all saddies. We missed the pearls.
I spent like $100 at Blick yesterday.
God, I'm so glad
But-
I go with you then, because that would have been So, tell us what you think. Is bootlegging wrong, in your opinion? Are you
Yes,
okay with
please.
that idea?
Yes.
'Cause-
Are you okay with buying from bootleg stores?
And why?
And why?
Yes.
And as we state right here, we will as I can proudly say for sure, we will never buy from a bootleg store.
I personally won't.
I might do it only to see the quality, because I like doing dumb things.
I may judge you for it. But
Yeah,
you're still my best friend.
we won't hate you for it, but we here support your local stores, support your local game companies, even if they're not local. So, that is all for right now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for watching. If you haven't yet, like us. I think the like button's over here now.
It's somewhere
The
under my
subscribe button is here now.
I don't know
I
anymore.
think the subscribe button's off to this direction.
Oh, I thought it moved.
Hit the
to right.
buttons wherever
It's
they may
somewhere.
be.
It's
The
somewhere.
subscribe button's red. You can't miss it.
Yep.
The like button's somewhere down there.
They're
And
going to
then,
change
go
it.
into the, and then go into the description of this video and check out the Facebook
Make
page.
some comments. Share us on social media.
Yeah.
We haven't been touting that. Like, put
Yes.
us on your Facebook.
How-
Like, hey,
how about-
Facebook friends.
Just enjoy the video. Just enjoy the video.
That too, but presumably they already have.
Hopefully.
That's
Hopefully.
not really something you can wish someone after a meal. Enjoy the meal. Meanwhile, you're like vomiting up already.
So, on that note, until next time, fearless gamers, take care.